Hi, boys and girls. This is the video to show you all about your summer sight word challenge. Mrs. Kalman and I have grabbed the list, the entire list from kindergarten and actually most of the first grade list so you guys can get a head start. And what you're going to get is a paper that looks kind of funny because like half of it is up the right way and then half of it is upside down. But if you turn it and then it all looks upside down, this little guy is actually going to make a folder. I'm going to kind of show you how it works. It's pretty easy. We've actually done this in class a long time ago, so you might not remember, and that's okay. You might need help from an older brother or an older sister because you're going to have to fold your page. So everywhere you see a line, you are going to fold on that line. So the first thing that I would do, the thing that I would fold first is actually this line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it flat and I'm going to fold it so that you're going to kind of see it like this. So it's going to kind of be folded. Now you're going to have to fold the lines on going up this way. So you're going to fold one in here like this. And one in like this. So it kind of looks like this. So it's like a little baby folder. It's really small. Now, the last thing that you should do is if you have a stapler or tape, you're going to have to do something to connect in these two sides. Because what you're going to do is you're going to start putting words in here. And if you don't connect these sides, your words are going to spill out and then the whole thing will be kind of ruined and you don't want that to happen. So I'm going to actually show you both. So I have a stapler and all you should do, I'm just going to staple it twice here. I have two staples right here. And then if you have tape, here's my tape. I'm just going to kind of put it like this. Kind of put it like that, and then just fold my tape over. So I can either have a taped side or a stapled side. You don't have to do both like I did, because that would be kind of silly. And you actually really don't have to do much here in the middle. You don't have to put staples here or anything like that, because the way it's folded, your words shouldn't go in between. And Mrs. Schmidt happened to have yellow. This is called cardstock paper. It's kind of harder, thicker paper. You can use regular paper and that's fine too. I just got a little bit fancy. Then you're going to have pages, and I already cut some out that kind of look like this. Cut out all the words, and you can have mom or dad help you cut out the words, and you're going to have a bunch of words, a bunch of sight words. All of your words are going to start right in the middle, every single word. Actually, most of them are going to start anew because they're new words. But most of them you're going to be practicing. And then as soon as you know it, in a snap, that's how fast you have to know that word to put it in words I know. If you have to do this, that's a practicing word. That's not a word you know in a snap. That's not a sight word. If you have to go, Mom, can you give me a hint? Or, oh, I have to really think about this one. Nope. And that's okay. You don't have to know every single word. And Mrs. Schmidt or Mrs. Kettleman, are we thinking that you guys are experts at sight words yet? No, and that's okay. So Mrs. Schmidt is going to pretend to be an almost first grade kindergartner. I picked some easy words so that I didn't get stumped. So I'm going to hold up a word. In. Well, I knew that one right away. That's in words I know. Oh, you better know this one. I. All right, now Mrs. Schmidt is going to pretend that she does not know the next one, even though it's really easy. It. Is that a word that I know really good, or is that a word that I probably should still practice? That's a word I'm going to still be practicing. And then you're going to go through each word. I'm not going to go through each one for you. So really, you should have either practicing or words I know. Now, Mrs. Schmidt gave you 7 pages of sight words. 7 pages of sight words. Mrs. Schmidt and Mrs. Cattleman recommend just to do 1 page a week, 1 or 2 pages per week Put those in new. Then the next week, print out a new page. The next week, print out a new page. Don't print out all 7 and put them all here in new. You're going to be sitting there all day long reading sight words. After you've gone through all of your sight words and you have them in practicing or words that you know, and then you know them all, another challenge for you would be you can start finding words like in books you read, or maybe a word that you learned with mom and dad. You can write them down almost like on a plain piece. This is just the back of this. A plain piece, and add them to your folder yourself. Words that you want to practice that you made up, which would be pretty fun. And probably they would be sight words maybe in the rest of first grade, or maybe even a second grade sight word, who knows. And you can add them here. When you are done, well, you're kind of never done, you're always practicing. At the beginning of first grade, when you are coming back to be a first grader, if you happen to remember this, bring this back to school and you can show it to Mrs. Cattleman or Mrs. Schmidt or whoever, maybe even Mrs. Keenan. You can show them all the words that you practiced all year, and you can show them how many that you have known. You can also, when you're all done, you can do lots of different games. These are all your sight words. Under words you know, remember how when we did the fluency practice and you use the timer to time yourself how long you can read the story? You can time yourself how long it takes you to read all of the words that you know. And then you can keep trying to beat that time. You can do that game too. So, good luck. If you have any questions or if you need any help, please email Mrs. Schmidt or Mrs. Kamen. We can totally help you out with this. All right, good luck, sight worders.